So hey guys, welcome. This is Chris. So I'm going to do the review of this Sig Romeo Zero red dot sight. So this is a 6 MOA sight, and basically it's made from what Sig calls weapons grade ultralight polymer. And so holy moly, this thing is small. It has 8 user brightness settings on it, and it's got a 20,000 hours of runtime. So let's see how this thing, you saw the pictures, but you can see how small this sight is. Now, how does that compare to a Burris Fastfire 3 or a Vortex or any other sort of small red dot sight? Well, I will show you exactly how it differs as far as size. Now, this is the Burris Fastfire 3. And this, hopefully you can see, is, and I drop it. This is totally unloaded. I don't need to show you guys, but look how small that thing is. Let's see if I can get a good picture of that. Look how small that is. That is much smaller in footprint compared to the Burris Fastfire 3. So this is an RMR CS footprint, I believe is what they call it. And so, wow, it is just tiny. And that's the reason why it's going to fit on the Canik Elite subcompact. So let's get to the install, and I'll tell you some more details about it as I move along. But you can see how small that is. And I'll just give you a quick look. This is the subcompact next to the Canik TP9 SFX. So yeah, you can see that it's that'd be a big gun to carry. So, but I am ready to put the Sig Romeo Zero on this gun. Let's go check it out. So hopefully you're going to see me. My head's going to be cut off of the video so that you guys can see what I'm doing here. But this is the mounting plate that actually comes with your Canik. And if you can see, it has ridges. Those ridges or rails are going to be placed down on your slide. Not up, but down. And so you can see how it matches up with the Sig. And they're going to press against that rail and be screwed down. Now there are some screws that are supplied with the Sig Romeo. I don't think you're going to need them. I think you'll be using your Canik screws that are supplied in your toolkit. So let's get to doing this. You're going to use your smallest hex wrench. It's not an Allen wrench, but it's a hex wrench. So we're going to take the screws out, and there's some mounting tape that I believe is going to be going between your mount and the Sig Romeo. So you're going to take the screws off first thing. Pretty simple process. You're just going to work the Allen, not Allen, you know what I'm saying, the hex wrench. And they can be a little tight, but once you get them, you should be able to loosen them up. And then just simply put in the long end. And unscrew them. That mounting plate's going to pop off, and you're going to have, and it just fell out, you're going to have some mounting washers in there also. You can see those. So next step, I'm going to clean that oil off from there. Basically, your mounting plate is going to line up just like that. So it's going to sit right on the Canik just like that. You can see it. All right, then you're going to install your battery, and you've got your dual side tape, so we'll do that next. So I'm just going to set this aside, put our battery in, which Should slide right in. The button part goes down. And it can be kind of finicky. So just slide it in there. And it goes like that. And you can see it. We're going to flip it upside down for now. So I want to see what screws are actually going to fit in here. These bigger screws I do not think will fit, but I could be wrong. Yeah, they're not meant for that. I'm going to compare our other screws, long screws, with those. And maybe they're the same exact size. Let me just kind of I'm messing with the toolkit. Seeing if the extra screws that give you in your kit, are as long as the other ones. And they seem to be exactly the same size. All right, so you don't have to worry about that. You're probably going to use your existing screws, and we are going to place this. Actually, I'm going to get, this is the backing that comes with it, and these little corners pop off. I'm going to do that, pop them off. It looks like that, clear. And I am going to lay that down. I think that creates a little bit of a barrier for your sight, so that when you put it down, it almost becomes protected against the elements. So let's put, maybe that is the right size. Let's just check. I'm going to take that off. They don't seem to be, they seem to be too big. Let's just try these, see if they screw in. They do have Loctite on them already for these little ones. These came with the Sig Romeo. And so I'm just going to test them inside. No, too small. So the ones that came with the Sig Romeo are too small. In fact, they do belong with the 365 XL. So do not worry about those. So I think we're just going to go with, pop my battery back in there. I'm going to go with the stock screws that came with the site. All right, I see my light on. And that's a good thing. I'm not sure we're going to use lock washers or not. Let's test it out. No. Take that off. Nope, those do not work. They are too short, which is strange. Maybe. All right, so you are going to use the bigger screws. You can see that, bigger screws that are supplied with your kit. So these are the ones that actually come with the back plate that you're taking out of the gun. And these are the ones that are in your same Canik kit. They're going to replace these ones because they sit in a different position. So let's give this a try again. I don't believe you're going to use or need your little lock washers, so we're going to put those back in the kit. I'm going to put my battery back in once again and slip that on. Put this I think that's tightening down now. All right. Yeah, make sure it's seated correctly. Like I said, this is their weapons grade ultralight polymer, and it's supposed to be pretty hardy stuff. I've watched several other videos on it. Okay, so it's tightening down. So you're going to use these bigger screws, bigger bolts that came with your kit, and they certainly do work. I'm just going to show you what it looks like so far. All right, you see that? They are bigger. They screw into the bottom of it, and this is what it's looking like so far. One thing with these, with any of these sights, any sight that you lock down to your upper slide or your slide, is you don't want to go crazy tight with them. I will put some Loctite into them, but I just want to go through the process of showing you guys what this is going to look like, and then I'll tighten them down with a little Loctite in there. Now remember, this is a weapons grade polymer, and so I don't want to crank these things down like there's no tomorrow. All right, that's feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty snug. All right, I'm going to see what this looks like. Oh yeah, and so that's what it's looking like. It's looking pretty sweet so far. Let me put the magazine in so you can get a better feel of what this thing's really going to look like. Okay. So, pretty awesome looking. The dot in there is pretty clear. There is on the back. Hey, you see that, can't you? There you go. Look at that. There's the dot. Apparently, this comes pretty tuned from the factory. I'm sure I'm going to have to take it out and get a better look on paper what this is going to look like. So you can see the red dot in there. There is a button, a small button on the inside. You can see the raised bump in there. Hopefully you can. Raised bump right in there that you can change your brightness settings. And right now it is stinking bright. Yeah. See, it's hard to get a fingernail in there. I'm just going to use my little wrench here. Yeah, that works. I'm going to turn it down one more notch, and I think that is going to be good. Okay, so I've got it set to where I want it, and hopefully you guys can see that. There it is. I turned it down. That's a 6 MOA dot, so it's looking really good. Like I said, I'm going to put some Loctite on each of them. That's what it's looking like. So I'm going to take this out. I'm going to do some paper testing and get it on target. Looks awesome. Can't wait. Yeah. Actually, might put my my red dot in the barrel so that I can do a little sighting in just to see where it hits, see if they line up. So anyway, so there it is, the Sig Romeo 0. Can't wait to get it on paper. All right, guys, have a good one. You got questions, put them down below. So just a quick update. The Sig larger screws, inset screws, do fit on the Canik Elite SC. And so I will post, or I will display the bag that you should be using when you attach this to your Canik Elite SC up in the right hand corner. So they do fit. I was incorrect. I didn't even try them, and I should have. And so you can see that they actually inset into the sight itself. They do come with a Loctite already on them, and so they should be good to go as soon as you screw them down. And they use the supplied Allen key, so that should work just fine. So yeah, it is awesome. I love it so far, and I will continue to give you updates.